Satoko! Don't scare me like that. I'm the scared one here. I'd prefer it if you didn't shout so suddenly. It was Satoko. Her eyes were still unstable, unfocused, but she seemed to be able to at least walk on her own for now. She looked far better now compared to her earlier exhausted state. How do you feel? Are you better? My head still hurts, but I can't stay outside looking like this forever. She gave a smile, a show of courage, but her legs were still shaky. Anyway, what on earth is going on? From what I just heard the police talking about, Coach apparently committed suicide. Satoko was at a loss for words. Her face grew paler and paler, and I could tell she was doubting her own ears. Kitsu-san, is that true? I didn't mishear you. That's what I heard. They said Iria-sensei killed himself with sleeping pills. Why would you say this to an 11-year-old when she's... Why would you say that to an 11-year-old? And why would you say that to someone who is having heat stroke and in distress? Recap from yesterday. So Keiichi killed a man. Or so he thought. Our main protagonist killed a man, or so he thought. Yeah. But we don't know. His memory seems kind of messed up. Yeah. He seems kind of insane. Yeah, finished. Yeah. Just a regular Tuesday. Yeah. Even if he did, we don't know who. Yeah. There was no body, so potentially no crime. That's always fun. Yeah. And the doctor tried to sedate him, but he ran away. Irie-senseiがさ、Keiichiに薬をあげようとしたけど、逃げられちゃった。Yeah. He's crazy. And he thought it was gonna be the perfect crime. And he got police beaten up, but then they realized that there was no body, so they just left him there. They were like, yo, tell us where the fruiting body is. And then there was nothing there, and then they just left him. Like, okay, never mind, bye. Then I saw an old person in the ridge of a field waving to me. Oh my, Keiichi-kun. Out for a morning ride, I see. Good morning! I reflexively waved back in a refreshing way. Should I really have been feeling so happy waving like that? Satoko's house would be right past this road, going beyond the rice paddies. For burns, right. You would soak the burn spot under running water. Then, could I run cold water in the shower and cool her off like that? No, if it was that sudden, it wouldn't be good for her heart. And she'd go into shock. I think I read it that once before. Thank God you did! What the hell? This was about as much nursing as I could possibly give her. Anything more than this would be too much for the likes of an amateur. What happened, Satoko? You're all right now. I will. Your Nene will save you for sure. 5,039... 540... Huh? What was Satoko reciting under her breath? I brought my ear to her mouth to better make out the mysterious, spell-like words she kept saying. And at that moment, I understood what they were for. Satoko, you're counting? Why? People tell little kids in the bath to count to 100 a lot, right? Satoko was counting like that. But 5,039? You moron! How long were you supposed to count in your own bathtub? I doubted my ears, and I doubted her common sense. 10,000? You're a freaking idiot! What kind of dumbass can count to 10,000? There's no way you could do that! Bro. Kichi, calm down. She's a child. She's like, how old is she? 11? 8? She's like 8 or 11 or something like that. Calm down. She has an abusive guardian. Like, calm down. She's not an idiot. I saw a few crows flocking around the shrine's donation box. And I thought, how terrible it was for someone to leave a garbage bag in a place like that. The cicadas quieted. Breathing stopped. Thoughts ceased. Even time came to a halt. I ran over to where the crows were flocking. I ran there in order to drive a horrible idea out of my mind. I definitely hadn't wanted this. There's no way I would ever wish for this even by mistake. This was not... When they noticed my vicious approach, the crows all flapped upwards, fleeing into the sky. When the crows' big black bodies flew away, they exposed the garbage bag. What had I seen there? The scream had escaped from my throat before I understood what I was looking at. What was this? Satoko came over as well, realizing something had happened. And she looked over my shoulder. Then she screamed as well. This wasn't... The garbage bag was crimson, dyed in fresh blood. Enough of the stupid roundabout way of saying it. That's right. Yes. It was... Rika-chan! Our friend. Satoko's best friend. Always easygoing, clever as a cat, but so cute you couldn't hate her. Our friend, Rika-chan. She was... Rika-chan was stark naked. She was face up, limbs sprawled. Her eyes were like glass, just staring up into the sky. And... Satoko broke down crying on the spot. And yet, she still couldn't approach her friend's remains. The crows had gotten through the garbage bag and dragged. Well, they dragged out an apple peel and spread it all over. No. Crows, they couldn't do this. On the spot, I started vomiting. The sour taste became a bitter one as I threw up over and over again. Rika-chan, her stomach was cut wide open, vertically, completely open. Rika! Crows couldn't have done this. And from her open stomach, her organs, her bowels were dragged out like children's toys left all over the floor. That unbelievable sight induced oxygen deprivation in my brain. Color left my vision, a pounding headache, dizzy, and I wanted to vomit. It was like the nightmarish remains of a ceremonial killing. It was an expression of righteous anger, meant only for those who needed to die. Die, you murderer! Give him back! Give back my Nene! Mommy! Casey-san! As she screamed, she jerked the bridge to and fro. She didn't have to do that. I was going to fall anyway. I will lose to the likes of you! I will lose to some stupid curse! I will never, ever lose to you! You took everyone! I will never lose to you, not ever! I could say goodbye to this insane world. Farewell, crazed Hinamizawa. Thanks for giving me the psychic power to kill people whenever I wanted. If you'll still allow it, I'll wish for one last thing. The death of this very world, of this crazed Hinamizawa. So that nobody would ever again have to find themselves lost here again. In the middle of the night, between June 21st and June 22nd, a large-scale disaster broke out in Hinamizawa village, Shishibone. The details have not yet been investigated, but there was an eruption of volcanic gas from somewhere in the Hinamizawa area. The gas was relatively heavy, and as it spewed out, it began to flow. That flow went down along a small river and headed directly into Hinamizawa village. After a few hours, it had covered the entire region. It happened in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Every home in the household in the village was afflicted. With most of the residents asleep, it is thought that all died without noticing the crisis. The catastrophe, striking in the middle of the night, caused its detection to come too late. Anyway, if you hear an extra footstep, even though you already stopped walking, you better be careful, you know? Yeah, I'll be careful. Is what I'm saying really that funny to you? No. However, that reporter had been criticized for his forceful methods of collecting data while he was active. So there is still a possibility that he broke into the facility and forced Keiichi Maebara to talk. That's insane! That's insane! He broke in? You've been doing nothing but laugh in my face this whole time. You're just like Coach. You pretend to sympathize with me, to listen what I have to say, but your eyes are telling me you think I'm a lunatic. That's not true. No. I can tell. Your eyes are the same as Coach's. Is this truly Keiichi Maebara's voice? The authenticity of this recording is still wrapped in mystery. I never heard the footsteps again after that day. So I don't think I have that terrible power anymore. Perhaps right here, right now, I'll wish for you to die. I'll wish for your death. For saying all these unpleasant things. Yes, this time, why don't I decide how you die? Takano-san was burned to death, so let's go with the opposite. With water. I hope you drown and die. How's that? Oh boy. Spoopy. 15 years after this tape was created, the reporter, just as Keiichi Maebara had predicted, died in an accident out on the sea. If I'm in top form like I was then, you'd die before tomorrow morning for sure. Now then, I wonder how many days it'll take you to drown. Kawaii! You better be careful, you know. Don't go getting yourself killed by some stupid curse put on you, okay? Cool. The recording ends in the middle of Keiichi Maebara's laughter. And Keiichi Maebara 2 days after the interview, he suddenly died from a high fever, cause unknown. Records remain of the strange words he kept giving after pressing the call button the day before he died. An extra set of footsteps. 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 What? Oh my god, please. Boom! Ah! Psycho kayo! That was amazing! Bang boom! That was... Whee! That was incredible. I love... Ba 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 ba. Angel power! Tenshi beam! Ba 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 ba. Angel love to you.